What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into TNA Impact from December the 12th, 2024, an OK show. We are going to go over the predictions for Final Resolution. So we kicked the show off with Moose. He came out, he gets on the mic. He talks about how he won the exhibition title. He said everyone's been asking him the same question. What's he going to do with the title? He was a three-time TNA World Champion. So that makes the answer simple. He's going to make the title the most important in TNA. He said, so he puts over Joe Hendry and Nic Nemeth. He also puts over the Hardys. So Cody Deaner's lame ass shows up for whatever during this promo. And he didn't say much of anything. He just says a few months ago he lost his way and has left for wrestling. And he put his career in the hands of people and let them make the decisions for him. And it's the most fun he's had in pro wrestling. He loves wrestling again. So Moose calls the fans pathetic and imbeciles. And him and Cody Deaner got into a fight, basically. So this immediately leads into the first match of the night with Moose defeating Deaner. I am tired of Deaner. It's time to get rid of Deaner. So Moose wins via the spear. Who gives a shit? This was lame. A lame way to start the show. I don't care about Moose, and I don't give a single fuck about Cody Deaner. I really don't. So, we then get a backstage interview with Gia Miller. She interviewed First Class and Tasha Steelz. She asked Tasha about challenging for the Knockouts title and AJ Francis challenging for the world title at Final Resolution. She asked how they're feeling ahead of tonight's six-person tag. Casey Navarro says they're feeling good, and Tasha Steelz says tonight is just a taste of what she's giving Masha, and tomorrow is the entire entree. She tells AJ to say what he's going to do to Nic Nemeth. AJ says tonight, tomorrow, doesn't matter. This is the culmination of his life, and he's proved a lot of people wrong. So he's putting his hands on Nic Nemeth tonight, and then tomorrow he'll choke slam him again, and then once more because he feels like it. Because he's going to walk out world champion. Oh my God, no, that's not going to happen. Moving on. So we get a video package from Mike Santana. He says that they're back on the path of purpose, and he heads to Final Resolution, heading to the main event of Genesis. So the Northern Armory, they come in. Josh Alexander says he didn't see him there and knows that Santana is angry because he ran through everyone. Pause. But so did he. He's a part of the iconic tag team that sent Santana packing the first time. Santana wants to get physical, but Josh Alexander says it's not happening here, and he can put down Santana at any time, and he's going to do that at Final Resolution. All right, this is fine, I guess. Do I care? No. We all know that Josh Alexander is on his way out. Moving on. Rosemary defeats Zaya Brookside. The match went a little bit too long. This should have been maybe a 3-minute match. This thing went about close to 10 minutes. So a little bit too long, but it's fine, I guess. Moving on. No, not moving on. Rosemary proceeds to beat the shit out of Zaya Brookside, but Jordan Grace runs down to make the save. So that's fine, I guess. Moving on. Trenton Seven, his sorry ass is backstage. He's on his phone, and Gia walks up to him and tells him he's facing Ace Austin at Final Resolution. Trent says, how's that possible? And he's already pinned Ace Austin. When he beat the Hardys, Ace Austin walks up and says that Trent stepped on his interview, so he's doing the same. He says that Trent Seven cheated to win, and what he did to people Mike Bailey is disgusting. He'd rather be with his partner right now, but instead he's here with him. And at Final Resolution, he'll see how the alphabet goes. All right, cool. Moving on, the Rascals, they defeat Leon Slater and Laredo Kid. Okay, cool. Pretty cool little spot fest match, I guess, for the most part. It is what it is. The Rascals get the win via the Soup Kitchen. Nice. Moving on. So, the System, their lame asses show up. They're talking about being 1 day away from Final Resolution and the Hardys versus the System rematch. Brian Myers says they've existed for far too long, and they inspired them to put them through a table. JDC promises to show Leon Slater how weird he can get, and Moose says the road to being the greatest X-Division champion ever runs through tomorrow night. Oh my God! Fuck the System. This is whack and lame. Fuck the System. Moving on. So Sami Callihan and PCO, they defeat Jake Something and Hammerstone via DQ because Hammerstone got mad and he hit Sami Callihan in the back right in front of the referee. And then the lights went out and we saw the number 23 again. So I don't know what that means. And there's a voice saying it's just a number. So I don't know what that means at all. Period. Maybe we'll get a reveal at Final Resolution, but we'll have to wait and see. Moving on, Danny Luna versus Heather by Elegance. Danny Luna gets the win. Before the match took place, George Iceman, a.k.a. the personal concierge of Ash and Heather by Elegance, made fun of North Carolina, which was funny. So that was cool. And I believe he got thrown out of the match by the official midway through the match or whatever. So it is what it is. That's fine, I guess. Moving on. Main event of the evening. Nic Nemeth, Joe Hendry, and Masha Slamovich, they defeat Tasha Steelz in First Class. Post-match, Nic Nemeth gets absolutely destroyed by AJ Francis with not one but two choke slams, and then AJ puts the title on Nic Nemeth's waist, and then he dips out. So, that's fine, I guess. Do I care? No, not really. So, let's just go ahead and get into the predictions. This was, like I say, an okay Impact, but this match card for Final Resolution seems like a total waste of time, and it seems like this card should be taking place on television, if we're being honest. I wouldn't pay for this at all, but it is what it is. So, for whatever reason, we have 10 matches on the card, so I assume we have 8 matches on the main card and 2 on the pre-show. I would assume that's how it works. Leon Slater versus JDC. Leon Slater is probably going to win. This will probably take place on the pre-show. Moving on, I would assume that Ace Austin and Trent Seven, that'll take place probably on the main show. But I'm going to go with Ace Austin winning that match. Moving on, Jonathan Gresham versus Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian because they're pushing him, so why wouldn't he win? Moving on, Masha Slamovich versus Tasha Steelz for the Knockouts World Championship. Masha Slamovich is going to retain. Why wouldn't she retain? Moose versus Kushida, TNA X Division Championship. Moose is going to retain. That's common sense. The Triple Threat Tag Team match, the Rascals, Trey McGill and Zachary Wentz versus Jake Something, Hammerstone, and PCO and Sami Callihan. I'm going to go with the Rascals winning. It makes the most sense. And then we'll probably see the reveal of the new tag team who's doing the crazy vignettes and stuff. So maybe we'll see them. We should. Moving on. Jordan Grace versus Rosemary. Jordan Grace is going to win that one. Why wouldn't she? And so apparently Jordan Grace is going to be working with Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard is now signed with TNA. That's what the rumor mill is saying, basically. And people are losing their shit over it, but it is what it is. I just hope that Tessa made amends with the talent that she disrespected and called out their names using racial slurs. That's all I care about. She doesn't have to make a public apology, and she doesn't need to. That needs to be done behind closed doors. We understand the reason why she's being brought in is because Jordan Grace is on her way out. It's the same thing with Josh Alexander. And in due time, Joe Hendry. And speak about Mike Bailey as well. So TNA has basically lost 4 big names. Joe Hendry's still there, obviously, at the time of this recording. So Joe Hendry's still there. But I could see Tessa Blanchard going over on Masha Slamovich, probably at Genesis. But I would expect for her to show up and make an appearance at Final Resolution. If that's the case, then that needs to be the main event of the show then. If that's what they're going to do. So, moving on. What I hope is going to be the main event, that is the tables match, which is the Hardys match, Jeff Hardy versus the System, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, for the TNA Tag Team Championships table match. The Hardys are going to retain, but this should be the main event. Moving on, Fatal 4-Way to determine the number 1 contender to the TNA World Title at Genesis. Joe Hendry, Josh Alexander, Mike Bailey, no, my bad, Mike Santana, and Steve Macklin. I'm going to go with Joe Hendry winning. As a dark horse, maybe Josh Alexander. Steve Macklin, you can forget it, and you can forget Mike Santana as well. There's just no need. Again, he should challenge Moose. Go out there and challenge Moose. Main event of the evening, more than likely, which if it is, I'm going to slice my laptop into 1,000 pieces. That being Nic Nemeth versus AJ Francis for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I'm just kidding. Nic Nemeth's going to retain there. So there's that. Am I excited for Turning Point? No, not really. They are more likely going to have the venue sold out. So they're going to be in Atlanta. So it should be a pretty good little crowd. I'm pretty sure they probably sold it out. They probably got about maybe 12 to 1,500 people to show up at the show. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to go over the match card again. Do my predictions again. The Rascals are going to win the triple threat match. Ace Austin's going to defeat Trenton Seven. Jordan Grace is going to defeat Rosemary. Moose is going to retain against Kushida. The Hardys, they're going to retain their tag titles against the System. Joe Hendry or Josh Alexander is going to win the Fatal 4-Way, the number 1 contender. Masha Slamovich is going to retain against Tasha Steelz. And Tessa Blanchard is going to show up, make an appearance. Frankie Kazarian is going to defeat Jonathan Gresham. Leon Slater is going to defeat JDC. And Nic Nemeth is going to defeat AJ Francis. And that's it. So, what do you guys think of TNA? And what are y'all's predictions for Final Resolution? And what do you guys think of Tessa Blanchard coming back to TNA? What do you guys think about that? I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully, she has her head on straight. She needs to make money. If she's changed, cool. If she's not, it's going to show. And this will probably be her last chance in the business. And then if she ends up failing, then she's done for good. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But what did you guys think of TNA? And what are your predictions for Final Resolution? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.